So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be creating a responsive navbar with the help of HTML and CSS. So this is the navbar which we'll be creating in today's video. So this is the laptop view, this is our mobile view, it's fully responsive. When I'll be clicking on this burger menu, as you can see there's an effect. When I'm clicking on this burger menu, there's a cross effect which is changing our burger menu to a cross. And we can see our nav menu at the bottom of our navbar. So this is the task which we'll be creating in today's video. So without wasting the time, let's start creating our responsive navbar with the help of HTML and CSS. So first let's come back to our index.html file. Let's zoom it a bit, and now we'll be writing our basic HTML code up here, and I'll be changing its title to YouTube video, and I'll be linking my CSS file up here. And see, I have created a folder inside my desktop, and inside that folder I have created two files, that is an HTML file and CSS file. I'll be linking my CSS file with my HTML file. So link rel style sheet, type will be text /css, and now linking my CSS file. So ref style.css curly braces finished. Now inside the body tag I'll be creating a nav. Inside the nav tag I'll be creating an input tag with an ID. I'll be giving that will be nav-toggle, and I'll be giving its type, that will be checkbox. Perfect. And after this input I'll be creating a UL for our nav menus. So UL, I'll be giving it a class that will be links. Perfect. And inside this UL I'll be creating an li tag. Inside an li tag I'll be creating an a tag for linking our menus, ref, and then I'll be giving it text, that will be home. I'll be selecting this li and I'll be pasting it how many times I need: about, work, projects, and contact. Let's change our text to about, then work, fourth one will be the projects, and the last one will be contact. After the UL tag, now I'll be creating a label tag for our burger menu, and the label I'll be giving it 4. I'll be selecting the input ID, that is nav-toggle. Then I'll be giving it a class for editing it in CSS file. I'll be giving it that will be icon-burger, and inside this I'll be creating a table with a class that will be line. And then I'll be selecting this div, I'll be copying it, and I'll be pasting it 3 times. Let's save it. Let's come back to our Google Chrome file. Let's reload it, and as you can see up here I'm getting a checkbox and our nav menus. Checkbox, I'm using it for our burger menu. Just a minute, let me check it's recording. Yeah, because in my PC sometimes it will suddenly stop recording. So now let's come back to our CSS file, and now let's give them some style. Padding, I'll be using 0. Sorry, and the margin will also be 0. Let's come after that. I'll be selecting my nav tag. Inside that I'll be giving its position, that will be fixed. I'll be giving them a z index of 10. From left I'll be giving them 0. From right also it will be 0, and from top it will be 0 pixel. And now I will be having a font family of sans serif, that's my best font, and I'll be giving it a padding of 0 and 5%. Perfect. And let's give it a height of 100 pixel, and let's give it a background color, that will be I'll be using a background color blue violet. Let's save it. Let's come back to our Google Chrome file, and as you can see we are getting a nav background color. Let's minimize it. Let's come back, and now we'll be selecting our links. So nav.links, curly braces, enter. We'll be floating it right side, and we'll be giving it a padding of 0, and we'll be giving it a margin of 0. Just a minute, margin of 0. Okay, and the width will be 60%, and the height will be 100%. Now we'll be displaying it as a flex, and we'll be justify the content center space around. Now align items center. Let's save it. Let's come back to our Google Chrome file, and you can see up here our nav menus is fully aligned in a straight line in the middle. From top also same margin pixel, from bottom and from left we are getting a perfect margin. Let's minimize it. Let's come under the nav.links, and now we'll be going with nav.links, then li. Now we'll be removing the bullets from our nav menu. So we'll be using list style, that will be none. Let's save it. Let's come back to our Google Chrome file, and you can see first we was getting a bullets up here. Now it's removed. Now we want to remove our underline from our menus. So let's come up here under the nav.links li tag. I'll be going with nav.links a tag, and I'll be displaying it as a block. Perfect. And I'll be giving it a padding of 1 em. The font size for my menus will be 16 pixel. It will be perfect, and the font weight will be bold. That will make our menus look awesome. And the color of our menus will be #FFF, that means white. And the text decoration, for removing the underline, I'll be using text decoration none. Let's save it. Let's come back to our Google Chrome file, and up here, as you can see, our nav menus are changed their color to white, and we are not getting any underline bottom of our text. So let's minimize it. Let's come under it. Now we'll be going with the nav-toggle. We'll be selecting our checkbox. Okay, let's give it a position of absolute from top minus 100 pixel. After that, I'll be going with nav.icon burger. That means our div, our burger menu class, which I've created in our label element up here. The class is icon-burger. I'll be selecting it, curly braces, enter, and I'll be displaying it as none. It should not be displayed in the full screen. I'll be giving it a position of absolute. From right it will be 5%, not 65, it will be 5%, and from top it will be 50%. And then I'll be transforming it, translate y, that will be minus 50%. And after that I'll be selecting nav.icon burger and my div with the class of line. Okay, so I'll be giving it a width of 30 pixel, not percentage, 30 pixel, and I'll be giving it in a height of 3 pixel. Let's give it a height of 5 pixel. Okay, and its background color I'll be choosing, that will be #FFF, that means white, of course, and I'll be giving it a margin of 5 pixel and a border radius for our burger menu will be 3 pixel. Now let's give it some effect, that will be transition all 0.3 second, ease in and out. So let's come under it, and now our navbar is finally created. Let's save it. Let's come back to our Google Chrome file, and you can see our navbar is created. Now let's add some media queries for our responsive navbar. So let's minimize it. Let's come under this nav, and we'll be using and media screen, and the max width will be 768 pixel, curly braces, enter. I'll be going with nav.links, curly braces, enter, and I'll be giving it a float none. Okay, the position will be fixed and the z index value will be 9. From left I'll be giving 0, and from right it will be 0, and from top it will be 100 pixel, and from bottom it will be 100 percentage. Perfect. Then I'll be giving it a wall width of auto and the height of auto. Perfect. The flex direction will be column. Why we are using flex direction column? Because when our nav menus will be going to our mobile device, the nav menus links should be shown like this: home, under that about us, then the menus like contact us, projects, works. It will be going on. So column, and I'll be justifying the content that will be spaced evenly. Perfect. And the background color for our responsive navbar will be, I'll be choosing that will be black. I'll be hovering up here and I'll be changing the black color to little bit black. Perfect. Awesome. Little bit black. And I'll be using overflow that will be hidden. Perfect. And the box sizing will be border box. Perfect. And I'll be giving it some transition that will be all 0.5 seconds is in and out. That's perfect. After that I'll be going with nav.links and then a tag, curly braces, enter. I'll be giving a font size that will be 20 pixel. Okay, let's save it. Let's come back to our Google Chrome file, and as you can see up here, our nav links are not shown up here when it's going to our mobile device. Now we need to show our burger menu. So let's minimize our Google Chrome. Let's come under this, and now we'll be going with when our nav is checked. Okay, when our nav is checked, then show the links. Perfect. And from bottom I'll be choosing 0. Let's save it. Let's come back to our Google Chrome file. Let's reload it. Oops, we can't. Okay, so this is our link. Sorry. So now we'll be going with the nav. Our icon burger. Our icon burger will be selecting, and now it should be displayed as a block. Perfect. And this one is when our icon burger is checked, the nav menus will be shown under the navbar from bottom 0. Let's save it. Let's come back to our Google Chrome file. Let's click on our burger menu. As you can see, when I'm clicking on my burger menu, we can see our nav menus up here. Now what we need to do is we need to add some effect to our burger menu with the help of CSS. So when I'll be clicking on this burger menu, it should change its icon to a cross icon. So let's come back up here. Let's go with nav. When our nav, just a minute, when our nav bar is checked, when our burger menu is checked, so icon burger, just a minute, when our burger menu is checked, so I'll be using icon burger dot line. The line I'll be giving nth child of 1. Curly braces, enter. So I'll be using a transforming it that will be translate y, and that will be 10 pixel. Let's save it. Let's come back to our Google Chrome file. Now I'll be clicking on this burger menu. As you can see, the first line is hiding back of our second line. Then I'll be rotating it minus 200, no sorry, not minus 225 degree. Perfect. Let's save it. Let's come back to our Google Chrome file. When I'll be clicking on this burger menu, as you can see, it's changing its icon to cross one line. What I'll be doing is I'll be selecting this, I'll be copying, and I'll be pasting again, and I'll be changing its nth child to third, and the translate y to minus 10 pixel and rotate it minus 225 degree. Let's save. Let's come back to our Google Chrome file. Now let's click on our burger menu. As you can see, we are getting the cross effect. Now what we need to do, for the center line, what we need to do is we need to select it and we should make it its opacity 0. So let's minimize it, let's select it again, let's come under this nav, and now what we need to do is we need to make our second line's opacity 0. So what I'll be doing is I'll be going with an opacity 0. Perfect, our nav bar is created. Let's see it works or not. Let's save it. Let's come back to our Google Chrome file, and up here, this is our PC view, this is our mobile view, and this is our tab view. So let's come to our mobile view. Now when I'll be clicking on this burger menu, it will be changing its icon to a cross icon. So let's click on it, and up here, as you can see, it's changing its icon to a cross icon. That looks amazing and beautiful. So this is how we can create a responsive nav bar with the help of HTML and CSS. The source code will be provided, link in description. Even for YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn and Facebook, the source code will be provided. If you like the video, please do not forget to like, subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.